Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show today. Each and every week I try to bring people from across the country to talk to me about cool things we can do right here in your neighborhood. So what's going on? This.
My skin as itchy, patches behind my ears, eyebrows, scalp. And I wasn't sure what it was, which is the scariest part when you don't know.
Such a rock star, yeah. I mean, that's just what we love, right? That's why karaoke or AlbuKaraoque was started.
All that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. Ever think about protecting the most advanced piece of technology you own? Well, here's a little hint. It's not your phone. Today, we're joined by Dr. Belinda Starkey, a member of the American Optometrist Association Board of Trustees and president of the AOA Foundation, to talk about why taking care of your eyes should be a top priority. Welcome to the show, Dr. Starkey.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Okay, why is it important to protect our eyes?
Think about it as maintaining your technology, your most advanced tech. You want to make sure that your phone and your computer are in good working order, and an annual comprehensive eye exam can help prevent things like digital eye strain or detect other problems that may be occurring. And so having that maintenance of your eye care may actually help keep you more engaged on your technology.
And what is a comprehensive eye exam, and what type of problems does an optometrist look for at an exam?
Sure, a comprehensive eye exam actually looks for a lot of things. Optometrists actually check not only your vision, which may be looking at how nearsighted or farsighted you may be, but it's also looking at your overall health of your eyes. And then there are indications in the eyes that can actually, maybe indicate high blood pressure, diabetes, a host of systemic issues as well. So we start on the front surface of the eye. We can look for things like dryness, digital eye strain, redness, infections, and then we move on into the eye where we might uncover cataracts, and then on into the retina where the eye is one of the few places you can actually look in and see what the blood vessels are up to. So there's a whole host of vascular conditions that we can actually uncover by having that comprehensive exam.
So how has technology and increased screen time kind of changed our eyes?
We are certainly relying a lot more on technology, and it's increased our screen time and exponentially. And having that, we are seeing just so many more folks talk about how uncomfortable their eyes are. And so there's a whole host of symptoms that are associated with digital eye strain. So dryness, fatigue, those are just a few. And having that interfere with your day-to-day and how comfortable you are can be addressed by a doctor of optometry if you just have that comprehensive exam.
And can you tell us about the I Deserves More campaign?
Yeah, I Deserve More EYE. I Deserve More is actually a multifaceted national campaign taking a stand that every American deserves to have an in-person comprehensive eye exam with a doctor of optometry as a part of their overall eye health, in addition to their overall health and well-being. And this year, what we're really doing is challenging consumers to put that priority that they have on their technology to their eyes. We want them to really focus on having that annual exam to make sure that they are functioning well offline so they can do well online.
Dr. Starkey, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information?
SeeTheEye.com. So that's SeeTheEye.com. That's a really fun website where you can actually see how our most valuable technology, if it were hardware, how it would compare. It's a really neat kind of educational tool just to see what the eye would look like as tech. And then you can also go and find your local doctor of optometry as well. So if you don't have a local one, there's a locator, and you can actually find a doctor to schedule your in-person comprehensive eye exam.
Thanks for joining me, Doctor. As football season kicks off, tailgating has turned into an event almost as important as the game itself. So today, we're joined by lifestyle expert and award-winning journalist Julie Loffredi, who's contributed to outlets like NBCstoday.com, Forbes, and she's here to share her tips on getting ready for game day. Welcome to the show, Julie. How are you?
Hey, let's talk tailgating.
All right. Tailgating has become a big social event. What can people expect when they're out there?
Well, certainly expect lots of food, games, maybe some songs or cheers, lots of pictures, social media posting, and showing off your game day attire is really a great way to support your team.
All right. So what is the first step for getting ready for tailgating?
Well, first up, what are you going to wear? So for game day wear, comfortable, breathable fabrics such as cotton. It's going to be a long day, so I do recommend wearing cotton clothing, hoodies, jeans, hats, and socks. Lots of great styles to choose from at thefabricofourlives.com.
All right, so what are some of your go-to tailgating styles then?
Well, I always wear the colors of the teams I'm supporting and maybe a t-shirt or sweatshirt depending on the weather. You could also wear a team jersey over your sweatshirt, maybe match it up with some jeans, comfy sneakers or shoes, and bring a bag to hold food or merchandise you may want to buy. If it's chilly, I bring a scarf or a hat.
I'm really bad at understanding how to keep my laundry clean. Can you give me some guides? Because I see that you have some detergent next to you. I think you can help me out.
Okay. So ketchup, mustard, soda, oil from fried foods, messy desserts. You know, game day foods are messy. You're not alone. We're in a crowded environment like tailgating, very likely to get a spill or two. But you can choose the right fabrics that are easy to clean, like cotton. That's the first step. And tools in the laundry room include gentle yet powerful detergents, machines with features specifically designed to automate stain removal. Now, most common stains, mustard. You want to flush with cold water, treat with a stain remover, and launder with hot water. So for ketchup, that's a biggie in my family. Pre-treat, soak with diluted vinegar, and wash as usual. Those pesky oil stains, apply dish detergent and rinse with warm water before laundering. And anything chocolate, rinse from the back, apply detergent, soap, and launder. Now, this should allow you to have really clean gear for next week's tailgate.
Where can we go for more information or get info on stain removal?
Yeah, for more cotton looks, care tips, check out thefabricofourlives.com.
Julie Loffredi, thank you for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
With fall schedules filling up fast, from back to school routines to work commitments, it's really tough to stay on top of everything, especially when you're just trying to roll out of bed and wake up for the world. Today we have Emmy-winning host and TV personality, Liliana Vazquez, who's here to share some of her top self-care essentials for busy moms or guys like me. Professionals, I'm not professional, or travelers, or others that are just people that are looking to streamline their lives. Liliana, you're a lifesaver. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, self-care is for everybody. Even if you live the most relaxed lifestyle, you can still indulge in a little self-care.
All right, I'm in. With your busy schedule, how do you make sure you even find the time for self-care?
Great question. Well, for me, it's a non-negotiable. It goes into my calendar, and if I have to schedule it, I have to schedule it. But after doing it consistently for so long, it's just part of my routine, right? It's super important for our physical, emotional, and mental health. And people think that self-care has to take a long time, that you have to go away for the weekend. It can happen in as little as 60 seconds. And that's kind of what I preach. Self-care does not have to be overindulgent, doesn't have to take a long time. It could be something as simple as starting your day looking your best. So one of my favorite self-care tips is to start your day with Lumify Redness Reliever eye drops. It helps reduce redness in 60 seconds. And with just one drop in each of your eyes look brighter, whiter, and more refreshed.
All right. So what are some must-have items that you recommend to make self-care part of your daily routine?
Okay. So this one is super easy. Everybody has one of these. Some people have two. So one thing that I like to use my phone for is two purposes. Number one is I love a gratitude journal, but I know we can't carry it around with us all the time. So have a section in your notes app that's called gratitude. And every day, write down 3 things that you're grateful for. It can be something as simple as a delicious vanilla latte or a funny meme that made you laugh from your bestie. I put that down and it instantly lifts my mood, right? Because so much of self-care is our emotional state. Another thing that I do is a brain dump. I have so many thoughts living in my head. Some of them are loud, some of them are busy. And so transferring that to-do list or those loud thoughts from internal to external really shifts your mood and really shifts your stress level down so that it almost feels like you're taking care of yourself, even though you maybe don't have a chance to take care of the full to-do list, right? Another thing that's super easy is my signature look in carpool lately has been eye patches. Like I put these on when I get in the car and I don't take them off until my son has been dropped off at school. And again, it's refreshing. It makes me look better, which makes me feel better throughout the day. So these are like easy self-care tips that anybody can do, even if you're really, really short on time.
Honestly, I'm going back to that Lumify that you were just talking about. I like eye drops because it makes me feel good sometimes during the day. Can you tell me more about that? And tell me more about Lumify because I've never used them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Lumify is a game changer. I actually discovered these when I was working the very, very early morning shift at E! News. I would come in and my makeup artist would say to me, like, you just look really tired. Like all the makeup I put on you, like, isn't going to change that your eyes just aren't bright, right? And I was like, well, what am I supposed to do about that? And he actually is the one that introduced me to Lumify. And it was amazing how literally after one drop, my eyes just looked whiter, and that white reads as youthful. It reads as healthy, right? It reads as we're wide awake. We're like ready to take on the world. And I also wear contacts. That's also a question that I get asked all the time. Like, can I wear these? Can I put these in if I have contacts? Absolutely. I've worn contacts my entire life. This doesn't affect them at all. I don't notice them. And it really just makes a huge difference in how bright and awake and refreshed my eyes look.
At least your producer just says you look tired. Mine says you look like hell, Dan.
Okay, well, sometimes I got those notes too.
I'm like, I can't change this face. I'm stuck with it. All right, my friend. Where can we go for more information?
You can head to lumifyeyes.com for tons more info.
Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks for having me.
With the growing debate over electric vehicle mandates and gas car bans heating up, new polling is shedding light on where consumers really stand. So today we are joined by Chet Thompson, the president and CEO of the American Fuel and Petrochemical Manufacturers. Chet, welcome to the show, my friend.
Dan, thanks for having me. Appreciate being on today.
So tell us about the new vehicle standards that are recently imposed by the EPA.
Well, back in March, the EPA adopted a standard that sets what they call tailpipe emission standards for new cars that phases in between now and 2032. When fully phased in, it will effectively eliminate the ability to buy a new gas and diesel power car. It's not an outright ban in the sense that they don't literally ban, but they set emission standards that are so stringent that no gas or diesel power car can meet currently. In fact, Dan, not even the Prius, the hybrids today can meet these standards. So they were developed to force a transition to leave most consumers with very little choice but to buy an electric car once they're in the new car market.
So what are the potential costs of the policy and how do consumers feel about it now that the regulation has been finalized?
Well, listen, this is the most expensive regulation in the history of the United States of America. That's not hyperbole, Dan. This is a fact that over the next 30 years, this is estimated to cost in the neighborhood of about $850 billion. So this is expensive. The effects of this can be felt now. Prices of new gas cars are higher today as a result because, frankly, they're subsidizing the electric vehicles. The auto companies will tell you with every new electric vehicle that is sold today, they lose money. And so they try to recoup that money by making gas cars more expensive. So that effect is happening. It's going to get worse each year unless these standards are reversed.
So what are some of the other key takeaways from the Remington poll?
Well, the Remington poll, thanks for asking about it. We went into the field in 5 swing states, and the results are pretty similar to what we've seen nationally. 60% of likely voters there in these swing states say that they're opposed to bans of internal combustion engine and EV mandates. 60% of them also say that they're less likely to vote for a candidate that supports the ban. So this is a really big issue out there. People care about this issue a lot. They say it's going to matter on how they vote. They just want politicians to stay out of this. They want to be able to pick cars that work for them. They don't want to be told what they have to drive.
And finally, where can our viewers go for more information, Chet?
Well, Dan, we have a website, don'tbanourcars.com. Your viewers can go there, learn more about the facts, what's happening, when it's going to happen, and how they can weigh into the debate.
All right, Chet, thanks for joining me this morning.
Dan, thanks for having me.
Medicare's annual enrollment period is here and running from October 15th to December 7th. and it is an important time for seniors to review their health plans. So joining us today to help make sense of it all is Whitney Stidham, a Vice President of Medicare Operations at eHealth. Welcome to the show, Whitney. How are you?
Dan, I'm great. Thank you.
Okay, so what is the Medicare annual enrollment period, and why is it important to take advantage of it every year?
The Medicare annual enrollment period is the one time per year that seniors can make changes to their Medicare plan. And this year, more important than ever, that beneficiaries are paying attention to the changes that may be coming with their plan. We're seeing, a lot of benefit changes, over-the-counter benefits, dental, vision, things like that. The benefits are coming down. Cost sharing can be going up, and there are even plans that are exiting the market. So really important to be paying attention to make sure you understand what's changing, and also that you still have coverage come January.
So why do you feel it's important to review your plan every year?
It's really important to review your plan every year so that your financial situation can change, the medications or the doctors, your health situation can change. And so this is, Medicare creates this annual enrollment period so that as those changes occur, you're able to find the plan that meets your needs.
So what are 3 things that you should do to have basically a stress-free enrollment period?
Great question. And it can be really stressful, and it can be uncomfortable, to go through plan changes, but eHealth can take all of the stress out of it. So here's my top 3 tips. Number 1 is to review the annual notice of change, and that will tell you all the changes that are happening with your current plan. The second is to understand what the other plan options are. So talking to a professional, a licensed insurance agent, can make it really easy and stress-free. And they can also do it a lot quicker. They'll have access to the different plans in your area and understand your needs and make a plan recommendation. And then tip number 3 is going to be don't wait. The annual enrollment period ends December 7th, but really important that you don't wait that long, because the longer you wait, the longer you're going to be on hold. And we really want everybody to enjoy their holiday season, so take care of it early.
Whitney Stidham, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information?
For more information, you can call 855-693-4588, and you can also go to ehealth.com.
Whitney Stidham, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thanks, Dan.
While more than 6 million adults in the United States live with plaque psoriasis, it's a misunderstood disease. It appears on the surface of on the skin as dry, flaky, itchy patches, but there's more than what appears on the surface. So today we have actress, producer, and entrepreneur. Yes, it is Lala Anthony. She knows the impacts of plaque psoriasis firsthand. And we're also joined by dermatologist Dr. Megan McCusker, who also has some advice on navigating the disease. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Thank you. Doing well. Doing great.
Okay, Dr. McCusker, you got to explain to me, what is plaque psoriasis? I don't know what it is. Can you tell the listeners about the causes, some of the symptoms, all that other good stuff?
Sure. Yeah. So plaque psoriasis is a chronic inflammatory condition of the skin. And just as you said, it manifests with these red flaky plaques that patients will get almost very abruptly for many patients, usually in the 2nd decade or the 6th decade of life. Those are the 2 most common times, although it can happen at any age. Patients will have these classic locations like the scalp. That's probably one of the most common areas to get it. Elbows, knees, palm soles. Patients can have more diffuse disease. So they have these red flaky plaques, but really, truly, it's not just driven from the skin. It's as a result of an overactive immune system. So something turns the immune system on, and it triggers these cells that are there to protect us to produce these mediators that drive inflammation in the skin. So and it's very long lasting for patients. It's a chronic disease. And for patients who have had their disease for 10 or more years, they may be at risk for the psoriasis, for the arthritis that's associated with the disease. Making sure patients have an accurate diagnosis is very important. Going to accurate resources for information is also really important, because things can look like psoriasis and it's not. So making sure you get the right diagnosis and also the implications for those patients who have untreated disease is also very important. So, we're really happy to be partnering with Amgen and, Lala Story in particular.
All right, Lala, can you tell us about your experience being diagnosed with plaque psoriasis?
Sure. So it showed up about 10 years ago on my skin as itchy, patches behind my ears, eyebrows, scalp. And I wasn't sure what it was, which is the scariest part when you don't know, but definitely educated myself, talked to my doctor, found out it was plaque psoriasis. It's manageable. You don't have to hide. You can still live, be confident, especially me as someone who's, in the public eye with the camera in my face and, people looking at me all the time. I didn't want it to affect my confidence. And it's all about educating yourself and finding information about it. We did a fun interactive video, momentswithlala.com, which provides a lot of information, and hopefully it'll be helpful to people out there.
And Dr. McCusker, once someone is diagnosed, what are some of the ways that people can manage their symptoms of plaque psoriasis?
Yeah, so, I think, Lala really says it well. I mean, she has a very, public-facing job, and, it's very stigmatizing for patients. So they're really looking to get clearance as best as they can. So for patients who have skin-limited disease, topicals can sometimes be appropriate, so creams and ointments, shampoos, but for many patients that can be unsustainable just because the frequency for which they have to do it, and, it may not completely treat all of their disease. So it's really nice to have other options. So while it's hard to give patients a diagnosis of a chronic condition, I tell them it's a great time to have psoriasis because we have a multitude of options available to them. So for patients, whether they have mild, moderate, or severe disease, it's nice to know you can move away from topicals and have a pill option that's available that addresses the underlying inflammation.
And Lala, what advice do you have for people that are living with plaque psoriasis?
Continue to be happy, continue to be confident. Don't let it slow you down, don't let it stop you, and definitely check out momentswithlala.com for some great information.
Momentswithlala.com. Thanks again for hanging out with me this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever wanted to jump on stage with an absolute live band? AlbuKaraoque is making that dream a reality. And today, we're joined by Valeria Garcia Tavares. They're part of the lead singer of AlbuKaraoque to kind of tell us how she's guiding performers to shine and what to expect from this upcoming Revel Rockstar competition. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having us. And thank you for this opportunity to talk a little bit about who we are and, what we do.
I'm a big fan of what you guys do. I've already gone a couple of times to a couple of your events. I've been on stage before. I've had an absolute blast. And I've been, I brought you in because how you guys work with people that are even brand new singers is incredible. Can you tell us about how you help people, like how you kind of help make performers feel confident and supported whenever they go on stage? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that is kind of our gig, right? We offer a karaoke experience that features a full 6-person band. And so we don't have any backtracks, and we memorize 100+ songs for folks to choose from and sing karaoke. We, of course, understand that not everybody has the experience of singing with a live band. And so that's sort of where I come in. I am on stage with the singers the whole time. We have a full lyric screen that I manage. And yeah, I'm kind of just on stage either to help people get on track if they're not sure what's going on, or I harmonize with them. I do background vocals, really whatever I'm able to do to make the singer walk off stage feeling like they had a good experience, and yeah, just feeling like they were supported by all of us.
And I know this takes place at Revel Entertainment Center. It's usually Wednesday nights that you guys...
Yeah, so what we're doing specifically at Revel is we are hosting an event that Revel has put on for the second year now. It's called Revel Rockstar, and so it's sort of half open mic, half singing competition. And so yeah, for 4 weeks we do open mic for about an hour and a half, and then pre-registered singers will go and sing the song that they chose to compete with. And at the very end of every night, through a combination of audience votes, band selection, and venue selection, of 3 finalists are chosen. And so this is for 4 weeks. And at the very finale, all 12 of the finalists kind of just go head to head and sing a couple of songs in order to be crowned this year's Revel Rockstar. So yeah, we're very, very grateful that Revel asked us to kind of be the featured band for this. Obviously, we think that we're kind of the perfect fit for what they're going for. Yes. But yeah, we've been having a blast with them. Yeah.
And it's open for all ages to compete, I noticed.
Yeah, yes, it was open for all ages. We have some fabulous contestants so far. And yeah, the finale show is going to be on October 19th. We obviously do more than just Revel Rockstar, but that has been kind of our big focus for just kicking off the fall.
Yes, because a couple of weeks ago, there was a little one, actually a family friend of mine, that did really well singing some Elvis and doing his little kicks. He did a great job.
Oh my gosh, he was incredible. Talk about like not needing my help at all. He was such a rock star. Yeah, and I mean, that's just what we love, right? That's why karaoke or AlbuKaraoque was started, is because we just kind of love mixing our two passions for music and for, just helping people have a good time and feel the sort of rock star experience that we kind of just crave. And oh yeah, that kiddo.
I don't even know how old he's, like 8 or 10 or something like that.
Oh my gosh, he was so spectacular.
The funny thing is, his mom is not a stage mom. I know her really well, went to high school with her, not a stage mom at all. This is all him. All him.
Natural born talent, some people got it. Yeah.
So how can we get involved if we wanted to be a part of it?
Yeah, so unfortunately, registration is closed for the actual competition piece. But if you want to come check us out, the finale show is going to be on October 19th at 7 p.m. over at Revel here in Albuquerque. But if you want to know when AlbuKaraoque is either doing open mic karaoke, or if you want to hire us to do a private event for you, you just need to make sure that you follow us on social media, both on Instagram and Facebook, just AlbuKaraoque, and we can also receive inquiries for private bookings at albukaraoke@gmail.com.
There you go. One more time, get all that information out so that you could get people to help you out.
Yeah, of course. Again, we are AlbuKaraoque, and you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, or send us an email to albukaraoke@gmail.com just to come check us out at an open mic karaoke event or to service your private event.
Valeria Garcia Tavares, thanks for joining me again.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
It is Furniture Safety Week, and if you think about it, we spend hours relaxing on our favorite furniture. But if we just spend a few minutes on furniture safety, we can make our homes a much safer place. Consumer advocate Elizabeth Leamy has the details.
First tip, if it has shelves, doors, or drawers, you need to anchor it to the wall, period. Fortunately, furniture anchors are cheap and easy to install. Second tip, secure TVs too. Proper wall mounting is the safest for flat screens. If you must place your TV on furniture, choose something low and secure it with a TV anchor. Number 3, buy upholstered furniture made with foam certified by the nonprofit CertiPure US program. That way you'll know it was screened for chemicals that can harm human health. You can use the group's online directory to check for participating companies. Tip 4, monitor children around recliners. The moving footrest can pinch limbs or fingers and even kill kids who crawl underneath. Number 5, bunk beds. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says children under 6 should never use the top bunk. And that bunk must have railings that extend at least 5 inches above the top of the mattress.
And that's it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in, checking out the show. If you want to be on the show, just email me. That's newmexicorising@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's New Mexico Rising TV. Go to our website, newmexicorising.com, and follow us on YouTube. That's NM Rising. Till next week, that was New Mexico Rising.